Good morning, everybody. We're live, finally. We're live, but we're not alive. 3:30 in the morning, we went to sleep. I'll be right back. What's up, everybody? Wake up! Wake up, Foster. Wake up, Keith West. It's time. You got 10 seconds to get behind this camera, boys. We got a lot of work to do. Let's go. Good morning, and we are live from Tulsa, Oklahoma. My name is Billy Shaw. To my right is Foster Yates. To my left is the one, the only Keith West. What's up, boys? 3:30 in the morning, I went to sleep. When that alarm went off at 6 o'clock this morning, I wanted to choke people.
So here's my conclusion on this night. I've got to go to Walmart here in a minute.
Okay.
I'm about to buy a for sale sign. And it's going on. It's going on the Dragon Wagon.
I love it.
And all of its contents.
It's done.
Yeah.
Anybody looking to buy a BMF Dragon Wagon.
Turnkey business.
Turnkey business.
Puts you right in business today.
You got to wait till he goes to Walmart, though,
just
Foster.
Write me a check.
Just write him a check.
I'm just thinking about getting a whole new group of friends, man. It's just wearing me down.
I'm wore out. Listen, so here's the deal.
Even Jared Mills looks tired.
When Jared Mills looks tired, it's time to just pack up and go home. Listen, here's the deal. 3:30 in the morning, I went to sleep, okay? I'm in the same clothes I had on yesterday, okay? This is your guys' show, pre-race show. If I fall asleep, just
we're going to give you the elbow.
Just kick me.
The people's elbow.
Good morning, everybody. We are live from Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is the first time that we've ever done this. We're doing a pre-race show for you guys. I'm going to let these two gentlemen just talk. Foster has a few things up his sleeve.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, man. We've since we, kind of mentioned that we're going to do this. It's been very, very exciting for everyone involved to really, kind of set the standard in the streaming of the race and come talk about the event and the tech stuff and everything that goes with it. And Keith and I can bounce back and forth.
Yep.
I know you keep saying it's Keith and I's kind of deal, but, man, you're just,
I'm going to bed.
Last time I checked, he's sitting right beside me.
Yeah, I know. I guess what I meant was when I designed this, the thoughts behind the show was, you guys are just so knowledgeable. I mean, drag racing. I mean, you've been in the racing forever, and
I didn't show much knowledge last night in testing. Let me tell you.
Yeah, bad testing night.
Struggling, man.
Really?
I don't know. I have been fighting concrete the last 2 or 3 races we've been on concrete. I've been struggling with it. I don't know. I just do real well on asphalt. For some reason, concrete's got my number here.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know why. Since Topeka, Topeka was asphalt.
Yeah.
And then we raced asphalt down there with Foster, and boy, man, we did great.
Yeah, you did good. You did good both of those races.
Then, man, when we started hitting these concretes like Houston and all. And, I did good in New Orleans.
You did good in New Orleans, which was not concrete.
Asphalt.
It was asphalt.
And I went to Dallas the other day and raced a little race with Jared and them down there, and car was good on concrete there. But here it's just like, man, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I just cannot keep the tire under it. And
well, you know what? You want a recommendation? Well, we have an RC Kids Camp in 2023, and you should come to that.
Where do I
because
sign?
We're going to have testing and tuning.
I need to sign up for the Kids Camp.
Hey, he just got demoted from counselor to kid.
Yeah. So
I love it. Yeah. So you're struggling. Okay.
Yeah. So and I've seen a lot of guys doing the same thing I am, and I think we're just overpowering the racetrack. I just. Because if you listen to the tire, like I heard a couple of guys do the same thing I'm doing, and I was standing out to the side just a little bit past the starting line, and you can hear the tires it's just like you're ripping them to shreds.
Yeah.
So I think they're just overpowering the racetrack, overhooking. The bite's good here. Overhooking and just overpowering it. So today's strategy this morning.
Morning, Jody.
This morning's strategy is I'm going to turn the car way down and go A to B. Because sometimes you overthink this stuff, and if you back up, you actually could be faster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes a slower tune-up may be faster on certain surfaces. So, but anyway.
Good morning to everybody that's joining us this morning. The first thing I got to tell you, it's early, and I thank you guys for doing this. We are running a little bit late. I'm telling you, 3:30 hit, man. When you woke me up this morning, I was like, ay. Foster, what's your take on the track? I mean, I know you. One thing with you walk around and you mingle with everybody. What's the vibe?
First and foremost, it's a fast track.
Yes.
Right. It's brushed concrete. It's the track. Everywhere we go, every track we race on, or every track that we're present at, each one of those tracks has a little different characteristic. This track does too. I call them braking bumps, but it's not that. Because nobody's racing motorcycles out here doing anything like that. But this track does have a few little rolls in it down at the end of the track, disturb the cars. But from talking to everybody last night, between the practice sites that everybody was practicing on and this track, there's a lot of people that have been here in the past. They know the track.
Yes. This is the third year of Super Chips. Yep. But if you're new to the RC drag scene, this is the third year of Super Chips. So
it's a fast track. Everybody's going to get to see that today. It's a fast track.
Yeah.
And it's this is going to be one of those tracks. If you got it figured out, you got to figure it out.
You got to figure it out.
If you don't, you're going to be struggling.
So let me talk about something for a second. So was talking to Mark Vine yesterday. When he got here, he's struggling.
I think he's watching. I think Mark is watching.
Yeah, Mark. I said, me. I always ask everybody, "How's your car? How you doing? What's going on?" And Mark he goes, "Billy, I'm worried." He goes, "I don't know." He told me the story behind back home in the car. We won't get into that, but he figured it out.
Oh yeah.
Not only did he figure it out, he came in and won $1,000 last night on the Super 16 race.
We paid out $1,000 last night to just the luck of the draw 16.
Super 16. Yeah.
So
going back to what you said, so same thing with Mark. He was struggling, trying to figure it out, got something figured out, and came back and won Super 16, Foster.
Yeah, for real.
I hope it's a sign.
Well, to me,
a lot of times in testing, I struggle real bad, but on race day, I'll sneak up on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So hopefully that's what happens today. Or either that, or I'm going to come out here, turn it loose. I'm going to jump over those trees right there. I don't know. So it's just
I'm not racing, so I don't know. But to me, this track, it seems like one small tweak in the car makes your car right, or it makes it wrong.
Yeah,
and it could be just in the suspension package. It could be the angle of the shocks. It could be, just something that simple.
The thing about this track here is it just, man, I mean, your tires really hook.
Yeah.
So, like me, I run air in my tires, so you got to get the pressure just right. For this surface, or maybe I need to switch to tires with foam in them. I've got Voodoos both ways. I got them on air and I got them on foam.
You do,
right?
And so I was running air tires yesterday, and I was running pretty tight pressure in them. So. Maybe I need to try foams. I mean, it's one of them deals. Maybe I've got two cars I'm testing. Maybe I air on one and foam on the other this morning, just to try to find the right angle for my tune-up to hook up on this surface.
Very cool.
But anyway, let's give them a rundown, Foster. What do we got entry-wise, for people that didn't join in last night? Guys, we're in Tulsa, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
Yep.
Third annual Super Chips race. Got a pretty full pit here. I mean,
it is full.
We got the who's who of NPRC here.
Yeah, for sure. Right.
There's some fast guys.
Let me ask you a question. Yes. I'm gonna ask you something really quick. Are we missing any heavy hitters? Who are we missing? I mean, just off the top of your head. I know, right? I'm thinking too. Foster. Who didn't make it to the show here? That's a name.
Somebody that didn't. Y'all keep talking.
Yeah.
There's somebody that we mentioned yesterday that couldn't come. What's the guy's name? Vinny out of New York.
Yes, I do know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Those guys are pretty fast, and he didn't get to make it last minute.
Yeah.
So he didn't come because there's a guy racing kind of with us that bought a car from us. And,
okay.
And Troy Moore is here.
Yeah.
And
you know
Troy and Benny are buddies.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, you know who is here though? Let's talk about something here for a second. The Canadians are here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeti B's here.
Yeah. I met him yesterday.
Yeah. Yeti B's here. I met a couple other guys. One guy come up to me. He goes, "Hey, you're the guy that behind the mic, right?" I said, "Yes, sir." I said, he goes, "Dude, will you sign my will you sign my right here?" I go, "No, sir, I will not."
Yeah.
So the Canadians are here, man. So that's a hell of a drive or a hell of a flight to come all the way down to Oklahoma. So that's pretty cool. Welcome everybody. This is
let's kick it off.
Yeah, let's give me 1 second. Yep. Let me say hi. Let me do my thing. Yep. YouTube, we are back up. I apologize about yesterday. I had we're learning. We updated. We're good. Good morning from Ontario. Good morning, Visalia RC Drag Race. Brad Bray's in the house. Wicked Productions, Twin Turbo 57, Danny Roberts, Christopher Foster, Robert Gill is over on YouTube. Thank you guys for joining us this morning. And
Rich Burchell, yes. Samantha Jones is here with Tom Rockwell.
Yeah. They're all. Is there anybody not here from R1? I think they're all here, aren't they?
Yeah, I think everybody's
pretty much
here.
all of them. Yeah, you got Yancey, you got Davis, Jay Joseph, Samantha, Tom, Dibble.
Okay.
And then they
Texas-made boys are kind of mingling in with those guys. So
Michael Androvich, Brian Willis.
Brian went way up to the Final Four, I guess, in the Super 16 last night too. So Brian's running really good.
Yeah, he just got eked out by Mark Vine last night.
They had to go to super slow-mo footage, to determine.
To determine?
Yeah.
Yep.
Brian
Willis?
Yeah, Brian's got his stuff rolling pretty good.
Texas-made guys are fast.
Pretty good.
Well, good morning, everybody. This is the first ever. This is the 2022 Voodoo pre-race show. Like I said from the beginning, this is Foster Yates. This is Keith West. I designed this show to kind of do a little, exactly what you guys are doing. You're talking about the track. You're talking about the, who's here, who's not here, that type of thing. So it's all you, man. I'm going to bed.
Awesome. Well, guys, we're excited to be a part of this. Thank you to Voodoo for allowing us to put this on.
Yep.
Just to partner with us for the pre-race show. This is something that we, as we get to some of these bigger races, I think it's a great idea, and it's, as we continue to evolve what we're doing and how we're doing it. This is something that it's just an extra little bonus to what we do.
This is an extra for you guys at home. When I came up with it, I was like, this would be kind of fun. But I also didn't plan on going to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I apologize. Normally I'm pretty on time with my thing. But I'm just beat, boys.
Well, like right now, this gives us a chance.
There's nobody here.
If you look, Jared Mills that puts on the race, him and Greg. Jared's here. He's setting up the tree and just mingling around through there. And I seen one other person up back there. There's a few guys that slept here in their trailers, and I mean it's quiet. This is time we can kind of sit here and actually concentrate.
Nobody's talking. The cool thing is really quick is you're right. Is all the guys that are not here, they're all watching.
Yeah,
they're all getting out of bed. They're all getting out of bed. And
with that being said, at 6 a.m. this morning, I was out here walking the track. I found a GNSS.
No kidding.
So if you've lost your GNSS, I found one on the track. We found a wheelie bar wheel.
Nice.
Just some other parts. So if you guys are watching out there and you're missing a GNSS and you are a racer,
it's in the lost and found.
It is in the lost and found. And when you come to lost and found, do bring cash.
Do bring money. And it's $89.99 for the GNS and $49.99 for the wheelie bar.
Yep.
Awesome, man.
Speaking of parts, I didn't hear a whole lot of terrible crashes yesterday.
Nope, one or two. I saw one or two.
A lot of times when you're at a race and it's sketchy shutdown or something like that, you'll hear,
bam!
That's
bad. One person last night, I don't know if you guys saw, I don't even know what her name was. She actually, her car went into Pitts.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think you weren't here. It was Foster and I, and
Yep.
she was running, and brother, she got to the end of the track, and the car
Darted.
it literally went over the fence.
You guys have heard me talk about how terrible my eyes are at night, right? So last night I made my last test run, and I blew the tires off, so I just went just to get it down there,
Yeah.
out of the way. And I turned it to the right, and it went under the fence. And I'm like, well,
That was your car.
that's great. So I walk down there. I'm going to find my car, and I didn't even realize I parked it right in my tent.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I get there and I said, "Who put my car here?" And they go, "Nothing."
It just drove itself?
Yeah, they said, those ladies that are down there with Monster Grip and all this, it just drove in here.
That's funny.
I'm like,
When we were leaving last night at 1:00 in the morning, there was a car. It was sitting under the fence with the lights on, just sitting there.
I picked it up.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Whose was it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
they just
Blue,
abandoned
it had the
it.
blue.
Yeah.
It had the blue lights in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
the
it was
GTR
it
blue
was
lights in
literally sitting underneath the fence.
Yeah, I don't know whose it was.
Cool.
He was a member of the DDR,
Yeah.
the Depressed Drag Racers.
Yeah.
Desi Lou 14.
Left
We're
us-
going to see if Castle's going to bring it home today.
Yeah, let's get into this, man.
Let's do it.
Let's get into it, guys. This is what this show is about. Pre-race, we're going to talk about some things. I'm going to start it off, Keith. Let's just go back and forth. I'll ask you a question of what's on my mind. You pop one back to me. Billy, you get involved as well. You guys at home, let's be interactive with
Yeah,
this.
this is where if you have any questions, this is your time. I will. If you guys don't mind, I'll be your question guy.
Yeah.
And let's get busy.
This is like a debate.
Yeah, perfect. Love it.
Awesome.
If anybody has anything, I got YouTube right here. I got Facebook right here. Blast away. Let's
We
go.
got the Voodoo energy drinks on their way down.
Voodoo energy drinks are on their way. I
Yep.
think that's them right there.
Yep, perfect. We got some hats to give away, guys.
We got some
too, as you're
hats to
rolling
give
in.
away. What's up, Colin? Colin Branch is here early.
All right. Who's got the clock first? Is it me? I get first question?
Let's go. You go first.
All right.
Go.
Keith West, do you think the 4-pole motor is going to be better than a 2-pole motor as NPRC continues to move forward?
Short version or long version?
Well, remember we are on a time
yeah.
frame.
So here's my thoughts. It's still pretty early on this deal. I know the motors make power. There's no denying that. They just do. I've heard of more catastrophic failures to motors since this has kind of transpired. To me, that's a turnoff. I don't want to have to change motors all day long, and it could cost you a race. So until they figure out, these guys figure out their tuning window, you can't lean on them like you can, a regular motor. It just, they can't stand it. The rotors can't stand it. So I think once it evolves a little bit further, just like our sport does, we're constantly evolving here. This thing it's just a whirlwind. So
Yeah.
I think as these guys get a handle on it, it's going to definitely be a major contender, But right now, I would take my chances, pull up there with my R1 stuff against one, because he might make it down, he might not. I think his chances are worse of getting down the track, unless you're a guy that's got lots of laps on him, and that's still pretty young right now. And there's only, I can count on one hand guys that's made a lot of passes. That's the competitive guys that
Yeah.
travel and race.
Yeah.
There's a handful that's been running them for a little while. The first one that comes to mind is Aaron Klein.
Yep.
He was running it when we was at Houston. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. He
brought his
was.
car
That's right.
and,
I do remember that.
So
now.
Aaron's been on it, and he has went through a lot of motors and a lot of testing, and I was on the phone with him before we came, and visited with him for an hour and a half on the telephone. And this guy has, if anybody has tested the Castle motors out in drag racing, it's
Aaron has.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, just for you guys at home that are
If I
watching.
answered your question.
Yeah,
I-
absolutely. And that's I'm kind of in the same boat. Okay.
Because I don't have a definite answer on it.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree there's something there. I just don't know. It's so early in that game that I don't know if it's an advantage or disadvantage yet. It's definitely there. I don't know if I can call it an advantage yet.
Yeah. And for everybody that's watching at home, obviously a 4-pole motor is far less efficient when it comes to motor efficiency. Creates a lot more power, and a lot more torque. The two-pole motor is going to create more RPM, and it's a little more efficient. So if you can, I don't know if you guys can see my hand right here. You figure this motor, and it's going around. It's it's a magnetic pull, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's hitting a two-pole motor. It's got a north and a south pole. So boom, boom. It makes one rotation, full rotation, 360 degrees around. That's one full cycle on the motor.
Right.
Whereas a full four-pole motor is going to take 2 cycles around to make one full cycle, being that there's 2 north and 2 south poles to make 4 poles. So the motor is working twice as hard as a 2-pole, but it's creating a lot more power and a lot more torque. So that's when you talked about that catastrophic event, and when these guys are leaning on it, they're trying to throw all this power to it, and now you're adding, the timing and the boost game with this. You see those motors just bam.
Oh yeah, the rotors just explode in them.
Right at them.
And the thing about it is, the R1 motors are designed for, I can zing mine up if I gear it right. I can get 100,000 RPM out of it in a pass. If you're really going good, everything, you got the gears, that thing's hooking.
Mm-hmm.
Castle don't like that. They're a 50,000 RPM rotor. So these guys that come out here fresh and new to this, and they stab a bunch of timing in them like we would with our R1s, I mean, they're going to blow up. They're going to pop. So
what is Jarrett Mills doing right now? We got the blower out right
Jared's
underneath.
got the blower out, getting the track ready for testing, and so he's probably tired like we are. So we're not gonna bother Jared. Let him blow the leaves off the track, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just giving you.
Okay, so what else?
Yep,
Foster?
You're next, man. You fire one at me, and I'll give you my best. You guys ask, get involved in here. See what you got.
Well, I'm trying to think of a good question that could be a learning experience for people too.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
What do you think? I mean, obviously, it was a crazy, chaotic evening. What do you think as far as chassis throughout the field? Did you see anything that was an advantage? Who had the advantage? Who was one up last night? I didn't see anybody dominating as far as GFRP or Royalty or whoever. R1, I didn't see a chassis really dominating last night. Did you?
No, and my answer to this question is I don't think this track is a chassis dominant track. I think this is a suspension, and you guys have heard me say this in the past, and I'll always say this. I think we play a lot into the chassis game by optics. Right?
Sure.
Man, this thing looks great. It looks cool. It's really what it is. Now there is the flexibility. Some are very rigid. Some are very flexible. There's now the knuckle sandwich. You can make it flexible.
Yeah.
You can make it rigid. Whatever you want to do.
A lot of the new chassis that are out now have stiffeners on the side, and you can like mine. I offer a 4mm stiffener on the side, or you can put a 3mm on it to give it a little more flex.
You can go both ways.
Or you can take it off. So.
I think this track though levels the playing field, right?
This is a
set it down and go.
To me, I mean, yes, the shocks are very important here. Because of the high bite, you have to change some stuff up, and then you got to also remember about the bumps down there.
Yeah.
So you can't change your suspension too much for a bite because you got to be prepared for the
the
whips down at the end.
This track, if you have never been here or seen this track, it has a kind of a slope on it, and then down about just past 3/4, it's got a little hump.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful.
So to me, this race is not so much of a equipment race as because almost everybody here has good tires now. They got good power. They got good cars. So the equipment's here. I think it's more of a tuner's game here.
Yeah.
Who can tune to this best,
Plus, we've got some weather coming in. What's your thoughts on this weather? I don't know. I was looking at the radar a little while ago.
I think it's just going to skim us.
Is it going to skim us? Yeah.
And then it's probably going to get steamy hot.
Steamy hot, yeah.
Today. It's supposed to be nice and warm. And if we get this little bit of a rain come through and then it gets warm, it's going to be like a sound that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the wind here, or the weather here, guys. It looks like we're going to be good to go. Looks like no problems there. Let's do.
We got a couple questions.
I got you. I'll take care of the questions. You guys do your thing. Omar GC, 9 a.m. is practice. 12 o'clock is start time today. Paul Kennedy's in the house. I have a car to rebuild when I get to the track, Omar says. Okay, good luck with that, Omar. What up, peeps? I'm looking for questions. So, listen, you guys know when we're live when this is crazy, it's hard for us to get all of these questions. There's so many. Now's the time. If you have anything for the boys here, now's the time to get her done. So, Russ Bryant, that would be Mark Vine, won last night. Robert Bridges, is more timing always better, Keith?
It depends on the motor. Obviously, if you got a 4-turn or 3.5 turn, I'm going to have to lean on that more to race with a 3.0. You know what I mean? So
okay.
It's kind of like the old big block, small block dilemma in full-size cars.
Yeah.
It takes a lot more money and gadgets to make a small block run with a fairly mild big block. So it's kind of the same principle we're looking at in brushless motors. The lower the turn, obviously the more power. 3.0 is more powerful than a 4.5.
Right.
So I probably couldn't count anybody not running a 3.0 or a Castle or a 2.5 out here. I mean, if you walk through the pits, there's probably you might find a 3.5 or a 4.0 or a
I doubt it.
I just doubt it.
Yeah.
But it's the same scenario. If you're a little underpowered, of course you're going to have to lean on the motor a little bit more to get that performance in order to make the car faster.
Oscar, right? That one to you too is more timing always faster.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
But they're variables. Right, so everybody has to understand, man, that we on a nationwide level, we've been doing this for 2 years. On a nationwide level,
true,
2 years,
true.
Okay.
Well, this is the 3rd year here.
Right, but I'm talking about everyone on a nationwide
level. Right.
2 years.
Got it. Okay.
From West Coast to East Coast, everybody knowing what NPRC is, and everybody fought. We've been doing this for 2 years.
Yeah, got it.
I'll give you 2.5. I'd say that's fair.
Thank you.
So we started, right? And when this all started, King of the Streets, just King of the Streets, not this past one we just had, but 2021. That was a 4.5 turn motor.
Thank you.
Right? So we thought a 4.5 turn or
yeah, right.
A 4.5 turn was a perfect motor for 132 foot. Then you had the talks about if you had an even number turn motor like a 2.0 or a 3.0 or a 4.0 compared to a 2.5, that it synced better, it ran better. So we're still learning, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, the new fad and what's going on in 2-pole motors is to actually take the can timing backwards. If you guys would try this at home, put your can timing on about 15 to 18 degrees. We're finding this out through testing. And then total timing, you're putting about 40 to 50 in through the ESC. So you total 55 to 65 timing on this 3.0 motor.
Let me chime in real quick on that while you're right there. And again, I'm an open book, I don't mind telling people. I mean, here I'm not a threat yet. I mean, I have nothing for these guys.
Right.
My cars are not performing, but it's not due to anything but myself. You know what I mean? So, but let's talk about timing. I would say 90% of the time this is what I run. I run R1, and my can timing is set at 25 to 35, depending on where I'm at. Okay, so most of you that are in this, that these brushless motors have timing on the end bell of the can. You can time the motor. The more timing you put in, obviously, the faster the motor runs, right? So a lot of guys will set their can timing between 18 and 20 degrees, and then they do the rest in the ESC. So you're bringing in timing as it goes down the track. So this is just give you an example of what timing I run, which is insane. So I've got 25 to 35 on the can. I'll change that time to time. Then coming into 100% in all your dot blocks I have 58 degrees coming in by the time I'm at 100%. On top of the can timing, right? So we're over 80. already, and I'm just to 100%. When 100% hits, I'm stabbing another 40 in. So I'm way over 100 degrees going down track.
Wow.
So
I would say I would say that that's an accurate number. So if you're running, if you're 80 at 100%, can timing and total timing you're putting in it, then you're adding another 40. In reality, how high can you go above 65 or 60 degrees of timing in these cars?
I think
Because if you take timing and boost, and you combine them, you're talking a different thing. But these people out here, I'm running 120-degree timing. That's not physically possible.
Well, ESC timing to me acts different than can timing.
So we're talking when we talk, and I'm glad you brought this up. So when we're talking boost and we're talking timing, let's relate that to real cars because this is electric. So are you saying timing is nitrous, or are you saying timing is?
It would be like a progressive ramp if it's a turbo car or a nitrous car. You're still going to have a progressive ramp in the fuel system, know, and the timing. Everything is a dot block now on tuning cars, and we do the same thing with RC cars. I have dot blocks. I have graphs to look at my run. So to me, it's real similar to going back to big car routes, but it's on a smaller scale and a little bit. I mean, it's not as detailed, obviously, as a real car, but it's you go back and you're doing the same thing. You're looking at the run, you go, okay, this check mark here's not good. That means we broke the tire loose. You can see where you chopped the throttle. If you have to let out because you're getting squirrely and then get back in it, you can see all that on the graph, and then you can correct. So, well, I've made 3 runs right here, and every time about right here in the run, I've got a check mark, and I've had to pedal the car. Well, it's because you're blowing the tires off, or something's causing you to lose traction right there. And that's the areas you have to address, and the tunability to be able to do that with these little bitty cars it's phenomenal because before you had a graph to look at, you're just out here guessing, and now it's just getting more and more and more technical, and being able to graph a remote control car to tune it off of and fix your problem is awesome.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it is.
Crazy stuff. So
that's why this intrigues me so much, which I've always been a drag racer.
you are very passionate. I will give you that.
Drag racing nut since I was a little bitty kid.
It's cool.
From my dad and my brothers but to be able to tune a little car like a big car is just super fun,
Yeah. And the exciting thing about this is we're going to move on to some other topics.
You have to because
we
got a lot of questions.
This is what's exciting about Tech Talk coming back.
Yeah.
This is
Tech Talk's coming back.
We can really talk. We can hone in specifically on this one topic on a night show.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, and then you guys remember. Here's what we're talking about. We're bringing back RC Tech Talk. I launched it a little while back. It kind of fell off to the wayside, but we're bringing it back because people kept telling me, hey, man, when are you going to do RC Tech Talk? Jeff Zuccarello will be joining us with RC Tech Talk, so that'll be fun.
I'm going to get me one of these
get you the Voodoos. We got lots of hats here, guys, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's talk about Macklin, okay, because we got a lot of questions about Macklin. And Jody Miller, we're going to talk about tires in just a little bit. So let's talk about Macklin. Everybody's asking about the new software.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You're going to spill the beans, buddy, because you're Macklin. Yeah. So here's the deal. Macklin has new software. Has anyone heard from Macklin guys lately? What's going on with Macklin?
You're going to see them show up. I know half the team last night put some really good laps in, and the other half of the team had a little bit of struggle. Here's the deal. Basically, guys, what one person is doing in NPRC, if it's fast, other people are going to try to simulate it because there's only so many ways you can make this happen. If I make a wheelie bar, Keith, and you make a wheelie bar, and they're both flat bars, there's only so many ways we can make that flat bar. They're going to be similar, right?
Yeah.
So, you copied me. There's only, there's only so many ways
to skin a cat.
Yes,
so
sir.
with the new Macklin software, the biggest thing about it is to be able to add the boost in throughout the course of the run and the timing in. So you're getting competitive to what the R1 system has to offer.
They have to be able to ramp all that.
So
and the amounts, it goes back to the amounts of timing that we want to run, like myself and a lot of other guys that are running R1. That's one of the holdbacks that I had with the DRK is I just couldn't stab enough in it. And so that in turn limits you. Everybody's like, man, I can't get past 72 mile an hour with this DRK. I can't get past a 197, you know, and that's why is that ESC was just limited to the performance end of it. But now with all the stuff you're talking about coming out, that performance should come back up.
I'm going to tell you
Hopefully
guys
it
this, and you're going to see it today. With the new software testing, the Macklin team is working very hard as a team to figure this out. We've got some 1.7s in the 1.7s on GNSS with this new software.
Okay.
And here's the greatest thing about it. After Super Chips, Billy, you and I already talked about it. Colin Branch has already agreed. We're going to have him on the live show.
The live show.
And we're going to do, you know, as Mark did with the R1 and all that, we're going to do the same thing with Colin. So who asked that question?
Go way back.
Yeah.
Nick Rickman.
Nick Rickman. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, Nick Rickman.
Colin Branch and myself, some Macklin guys, will be on it'll be either a What's Up Wednesday or a Freestyle Friday or a Tech Talk.
Tech Talk Tuesday? Or not to even, it's not going to be Tech Talk Tuesday.
Yeah,
it's RC. It's Tech Talk.
Yeah, so it'll be one of those days, but we will run through that software from start to finish. But
got it.
Great question.
Okay.
I appreciate the support. You're going to see it out here.
I'm shutting you two down. Next question.
Yep.
Sorry, Keith. Nope, we're on time frame here. Who has the best battery here?
That's interesting question.
I could tell you this.
How about Earl Baxter's battery?
I could tell you this. Earl Baxter will be bringing that battery on the show later. Hey, I will tell you this. As it stands last night, there has been 5 R1 batteries burnt.
I don't know how you can test that theory, though.
Yeah.
Who has the best battery?
True. Listen.
That depends on how that depends on how the car's set up. You know, your battery's going to perform how you have your motor and your ESC set up. Obviously,
the only way you could determine that is put it in every battery in the exact same car. Don't change the
tune.
Yeah.
Listen, man. This is the people. This is the people's questions, boys.
I mean, you'd have to look at voltage drop.
Yeah, I would say I would say max amps R1.
Knuckle. Don't forget about Knuckle Up, buddy.
Hold on. Knuckle Up, Macklin. I'd say all those guys, they're
right
running
there.
their own specific battery.
They're all right
there.
there.
If you're an R1 guy,
if
you're an R1 guy, you're running an R1 battery. If you're a Macklin guy, you run a Macklin battery.
Right.
If you're a Knuckle Up guy, you're running.
Right.
So, you know, these guys are running what your team's running.
I think there's a truckload of good batteries out there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I don't. It's not like got to have an R1. You got to have a DRK. You got to have Voodoos. You know, it's not. No.
I'm going to disagree with you, brother, because when people call me at the shop, there's no it's who's winning, man.
Yeah,
it's who winning.
That's what
it's
I'm
who's
saying.
winning on whoever wins on Sunday.
I'm talking about actual performance, though.
Oh,
I'm
gotcha.
talking about
Got it.
Like on a battery end of it. Gosh, it's hard to say what's better. You know, we know Voodoo has been a
battery,
a hot topic
not tires.
For,
you talk about tires
for 2 years. You know, I'm just comparison to batteries. You know, to what we know is good out here. You know, we know the R1 is good.
Yep.
We know the DRK is tried and true and good. We
Yep.
know the Voodoo tire is good, but the battery is kind of got.
You don't hear a lot about the battery, do you?
Well, that's
do you
what I'm
guys?
saying.
I mean, you guys being racers, what do you?
Got a spectrum of batteries that are pretty dang good.
Yes, and every week or every other 2 weeks or every month, there's a new one coming out.
It's just like Earl's battery, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard from people. I haven't ran one yet.
Yeah.
I've got one, but I got to change the end on it just to try it.
Yeah,
you know?
2S, 2P battery.
Yeah,
and the guys that I talk to that have ran this, they're like,
wow,
that's a real deal. Right
Earl pulled me aside last night because he's gonna make Desert Hobbies a
dealer.
A dealer.
Good.
Yeah. Good. So Earl and I have been talking for a while about these batteries. So coming soon, guys, get ready because we will be bringing out the Factory 41 battery.
I want to finish this off.
Finish it off.
I get my 5 seconds.
Let's go.
Hey, you got 5. Ding.
Hey, let's go.
Here it is. Just like everything else in NPRC, right?
Yes.
Okay. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whenever the timeline starts, batteries, technology. Oh, you need more Ma, you need more C, you need more this, more this. We've kind of plateaued.
What did you say, Ma?
Ma.
Milliamps.
Ma.
It's Ma. It's milliamps.
I know what it is, but he always says Ma. Every time he says it, I'm like, I hate it when he does that.
Keith, you know what I hate? You know what I hate? I hate when you interrupt me. I'm trying to say something very
okay. Yeah, now here's this one goes out to Caleb Gill. Caleb Gill, not that many ounces of coffee to get these boys riled up.
Yeah, let's go.
So
go ahead.
Finish. I'm just saying all the technology with the motors, with the ESCs, we're at that plateau where we've got the best of the best, but it's tweaking it, adding different things to tune it. Or to enhance it. I mean,
Yep.
I don't think there's anything you can do to make a 3.0 motor better, other than you doing something custom to it.
There's. Yeah.
I don't think
that
there's
gets into a whole nother deal. We
Yeah.
can
Yeah. No.
You know what I mean?
Guys, that's another time. We got so many questions. Jeremy White, we don't know, man. So last night there was no times. We have no times. We don't know what they're running yet.
There's not going to be any times all weekend.
Yeah, no times.
Really?
No.
It's a no-time race.
Who do y'all think has the fastest car there so far? I'm gonna say Mark Viney won last night.
Here's the
I
deal.
don't know.
We haven't seen. We saw 16 people that had their car in like race trim, right? They're ready to race.
That was figured.
Everybody
those
else
guys
was
were
playing.
pretty much. Those guys were pretty good. That
They-
was a
they
good.
had
That
to.
was a good set of 16.
Yeah, they had to. It's straight off the trailer.
I mean-
That's all we've seen. Everybody else, if I come out here and I know this track has a lot of bite, and I've been practicing on other test spots around the area, this concrete, and I know my car's taking the power, I come out here on my first pass thinking that I'm probably getting 2 to 4 passes total before the race starts. I'm putting everything I have in it.
Yeah.
I got to know what the edge is, what the limit is. So those guys were playing last night with baseline and what the edge was. So we don't know who has the fastest car.
I watched every round of that, and it was good racing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for it to be a random draw, that was a pretty good match set
Yeah.
of racers.
Pretty good,
that
right?
They put
Yep.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Every one of them was dang close.
So those of you that didn't see it last night at 1:00 in the morning, it was Mark Vine against E. Timon out of North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lot boys.
Lot boys are in the house. Okay, here we
What's
go.
next?
Let's keep going. Nick Freeman says, Keith, are you seeing a different process with your prep process for that surface compared to a standard asphalt run? Oh, boy.
I'm
It's going to be loud today. Look at these speakers.
I mean, this is kind of tough for me because I don't think I have a prep issue here.
Yeah.
I mean, my tires are like glue. I mean,
yeah.
Of course, I use Monster Grip.
Yep. Gary Milos is our boy.
The prep is good. I've got a too low a wheelie bar issue or a suspension issue or something that's caused me to knock the tire off. But no, I'm prepping my tires the same as I do asphalt.
Okay.
This time of year, I
You haven't
quit.
changed anything up then?
Not in my prep
When it comes to
routine.
prep.
My prep
Yeah.
routine's the same. I'm testing a prototype prep.
I was going to say, do you have a big announcement for us? Or not yet?
Yes, I do, if you want to talk about it right
I
now.
don't want to talk about it. Just announce it. What you got coming out. What I meant by that, just announce it. We have a lot to do.
Coming soon, just be watching.
Yep.
Collaborated with Gary.
Yep.
With Monster Grip, and the BMF version, BMF Signature Prep will be out soon.
Sweet. Yep. Okay.
And let me tell you, boys, it's good.
It's good. Awesome.
good.
Love it.
Nick
It's
Freeman.
good. If you
Nick
like
Freeman.
Monster Grip products, you're going to love this.
Yeah.
I don't think the prep game is different from concrete to asphalt, really. In most cases, I think it's all the same. But what I will say that you're going to see as people are continuing to go rounds and more prep is laid into the track, people are going to have to start making adjustments on their car. Like I started the race off round 1, it's 2 coats. Maybe in round 3, it's 1 coat. Maybe in round 4, it's 1 coat that's been diluted at some point because we're getting these cars up to the line. They're sitting there, and it's so tacky. The car's pulling so many amps to come out of the hole. We're popping ESCs. I think that's the next game-changing thing in prep is what am I prepping round 1 compared to what I'm prepping round 6?
Let's address this about 5 o'clock this evening.
Yeah.
Don't forget, and we're going to address how sticky the track has gotten today. Because the heat, of course, is going to come in, and the prep's going to really start laying down. So,
I don't.
last night we didn't have the heat, so you don't see. I mean, you can see a little bit of starting line residue out there, but not like you're going to see today.
I'm listening. I'm just gonna move this in so people don't keep walking in front of it.
Oh, okay.
Earl Baxter says diversity is what makes NPR so great.
And he's right.
Yeah, of course he is.
That's.
Let's just you want to have a little fun? Do you drink coffee?
I do not.
You don't drink coffee?
I mean, I drink a cup every now and then.
Okay, never mind.
Why?
I was going to have a little fun. If anybody is watching here in Tulsa, Oklahoma right now, if you're sitting in your pits or you're sitting in your trailer and you're hanging out and you bring 1 cup You don't drink coffee either, dude, right? If somebody brings up a cup of coffee for me
with extra cream and sugar, I'll drink it.
Extra cream and sugar. I'm gonna give away some Voodoo hats. Anybody here right now that's watching in the pits, bring a coffee, get some free Voodoo hats.
Yeah,
if you're here right now, coffee.
I drink coffee if it has lots of sugar.
See, look, everybody, look at the sea of people now. It's getting crazy here.
Hey, can I get my request?
Yeah, absolutely. Go.
I like hot chocolate with a mini marshmallows.
Hot chocolate with mini marshmallows. We're gonna get you a Voodoo hat.
Yep.
Voodoo hat for you. That's how I work. Anybody else?
Douglas Rankin.
All right, here we go. Let's keep going.
Next?
Let's go. Robert Bridges. Timing equals heat.
Yes. It does.
Everything you add to the motor is going to equal heat. I mean, go ahead.
How hot can things get in 2 seconds?
Theoretically, if it's geared right, if it's geared right, you got the right timing in it. You got the right.
You heard how
boosted.
much timing I'm stabbing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I gear to the moon.
110.
112.
I would say no more. If you're over
I
120,
hardly ever see my ESC past 100, 105.
Yeah. You know,
I took my fans off my ESCs.
Okay.
I don't run fans no more because they never come on.
Let's talk about this. When your car's at the hottest, I guarantee it's not why it's on the track. It's when it's driving back.
True.
So when you put all that heat in the ESC, the motor, the heat coming through the 10 gauge or the 8 gauge or 12 gauge wire, whatever you're running, it's residual, right? So it's all coming in. So that when your car's at the highest temperature, it's after the run.
Yeah, I stopped worrying about ESC temperature.
Well, I mean,
because I've done it so long.
I mean, you got big pockets. You got big pockets.
You've got those big checks.
He blows
Ding, 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 ding. Over. We're going over to YouTube. YouTube, here we come. Stefan Robb says, at John Bratton last night, was flashlight starts last night? Yes. When you go to Voodoo's website, the tire pre-order is always closed. Okay, I don't know. Sorry, guys. The battery in my wife's toys seems to last for. Oh boy, Jesus. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Where's my coffee? Is anybody bringing me coffee?
Yeah.
Any tub? So let me ask you guys. You walked the pits quite a bit yesterday.
Yep.
Any tub chassis in the field?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
And that's not because it can't perform or it doesn't perform or there is some advantages to carbon. But this is a professional level series of racing. We're out here, right? So if I'm Keith, you do a lot of fishing, I do a lot of fishing. I'm on the water, right? If I'm in a professional bass tournament, I'm not going to go out there in a Lowe's bass tracker with a 25 Mercury horsepower motor on the back of it and try to get upriver to get to my spot.
Quick, yeah.
I'm running the best equipment. These guys are running the best equipment out here, so no tub chassis.
Okay. I went through the pits yesterday evening, as it got dark and all the lights are on and my wife was with me, and she's never been to one of these.
Yeah, I was going to say, when your wife showed up,
I was like, have you ever seen so many generators and cars and stuff in your life?
I got a question.
There was the quality and the amount of money that this batch of people right here in the pits have got in their cars.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was going to ask.
It's unbelievable.
If you took from this curb right here all the way back to that building.
How much money?
How much money you see here?
I couldn't even there's no way you could guess that. There's no way.
I mean, if
you're
it's
talking generators, cars, tires, batteries, all that, I guarantee there's $250,000.
I was going to say.
Oh, easy.
I was going to say over $250,000. Do you think that's a lot of money?
Dude,
well, let's do it. It's cost me $2,000 for a car. Let's just say $1,500 to $2,500 for the car.
So I don't even have a full crew here this weekend, right? I got Rodney, Chris Buchanan's visiting and racing with it.
Yep.
Jeremy, Troy is down there. But between all of us, we have 10 to 12 cars. Between all of us, complete cars.
Right.
You figure them about $2,500 a piece, $2,200.
Yeah, easy.
Decked out.
Easy.
So that's $25,000 right there. Let's say 30.
That's one pit. And there's guys, there's some pits over there in the middle. It looks like there's 30 cars in
I know, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you walk in this pit area here with Team GFRP and Ulbrich and Lindsay May,
everywhere.
It's crazy. And then
so it adds up in a hurry. And we're just talking about cars. We're not talking about battery chargers. We're not talking about generators. We're not talking about spare parts, radios.
Yes.
I mean,
BMF truck.
Every M17 out there is $600.
$600.
So Wow, you start
a lot of
doing
money.
the math.
That's,
Dude,
that's a new
up.
question when they come to the line for the racers.
It's good. Okay.
Hey,
How
what's
much
your total?
money?
What's your total asset value of your pits? I need to know.
How much is your pit worth? We'll have that number at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Here we go. Keep going. Also, they have the Doom. Keep going. Let me just give me a second here, guys.
Jody Miller asked a question about tires.
Hold
We'll
on.
get it-
No,
yeah,
no,
we'll
no,
get
no,
into
no.
that.
Not yet.
Okay.
Hold on. Just hang on. Hang on. We're going to get to the tires, Jody. Hang tight.
Yeah, and I got an announcement from Jody as well that you're going to like.
Okay, cool. Hold on. I'm going. Todd Dixon. Ma.
Ma.
Yeah. Plenty of 1.8s. Nick Freeman, plenty of 1.8s. Bad racing. I've got a little something. There's some guys running a new design of wheels. Oh, okay.
Good,
all right.
Good. Great. Love to hear
Yeah.
innovation.
Did not know that. Bad racing.
boy.
Front billet wheels.
Oh,
Bad-
boy. Look at that guy.
What's wrong?
Todd Soltero.
Todd Soltero's in the house. What's up, buddy? Keith, I have a wheelie bar for you.
Who's this?
Tommy Giovi. Tommy the Glove.
Nice.
What's up,
Thanks.
Tommy?
Coffee is nectar.
Thanks, Tommy. I didn't even ask for it.
Listen, here's the deal. Send them a coffee
I
for
love
me.
Tommy.
Tommy's a good dude.
He's a great guy. He's
You
better.
like that bribery, right, Caleb Gill?
Yeah.
Nobody's bringing me coffee, so
Yeah.
I'm kind of, I guess nobody gets a voodoo hat.
Tommy's working on a prototype item for me.
Is he?
Something
Hey,
You told me, but no, you told me.
That's funny because he's working on a prototype for me too. I
I don't
guarantee.
care about yours.
Bailey
though.
Beckner, Shay Beckner will get a hat.
I don't
Yes.
care about Foster's prototype.
You're
worried
gonna.
about
Hey,
what he's
I'm gonna
making for
sign
me.
it. Just like you
I
signed your
think I
chassis
skipped
for
the
me.
line though.
You
He's
did?
working on my stuff right now. Your shit's over on.
You're on the back burner, Foster.
I will tell you something about
Guys.
Tommy. TSG Carbon Works.
Yes.
Yeah, Tommy.
Some of the finest craftsmanship,
Yeah.
quality
Dommy's
carbon
coming on
cuts
strong,
and-
dude.
He
He's
is.
good.
Well, that's because I don't know if you remember this because you were passed out sleeping. I said, why didn't Tommy come? And he's working. He's
cutting
working.
carbon,
He's
man.
cutting
I
stuff.
told him a few weeks ago. I said, man, you just need to sell all my stuff. Your website looks good. He's got it all. Man, it's so professional looking.
Yeah.
I'm just super proud of Tommy. And,
Yes.
And
Tommy Giovi, boys. TSGCarbonWorks.com. It's our
Dude,
buddy.
his-
Mark
yeah.
Bass. We're going to get to that in a second.
Mark.
Give me just a
BMF
second here.
guy.
Let's pop back over to YouTube, Foster.
Yep. Guys, we're going to get a couple more questions. We'll do our final thoughts on what's going to happen. We'll make some predictions, and then we're going to shut down and
to
and
answer
go do our
Mark,
thing.
Mark, if you go back once this live's over, where you can rewind and look at it, we talked about the 4-pole, 2-pole motor
Yep.
for quite some time.
Yeah.
So
Here we go.
back and read. Or listen to
Danny
that, Mark.
Roberts over on YouTube is saying, is the RevTech 4,000 milliamps battery sufficient enough for a DRK 160 plus and a Macklin 3.5? I'm worried about undervolting. Keith.
I would probably look a little further for a little bit more powerful battery.
For battery?
I mean, yeah, you're going to struggle there. I just don't think the capacity there. I mean, those times have changed, man.
Times
We've
have
just
changed.
evolved past that battery, and there's just way better things out there for
Foster?
Same thing, man. Guys, we have the best chassis, we have the best shocks, we have the best transmissions, we have the best wheels and tires, we have the best. Right now, the game is all in voltage and power.
And I'm not down in that battery.
No, not at all.
At its day, it was good.
It's got its place.
But it's
You're just not going to get the performance that you want.
that sun has set.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm going to answer this one. This comes from Leon Kiggins is his name. Leon, here's the deal. I actually talked to Jim Campbell here and there a little bit. RX-8 is making a comeback. It's just hang in there, man. Mr. Campbell is
Man, if that guy can get the data logging and the tunes right.
And that's
hold
son.
on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me finish. RX-8 is coming back, my friend. I'm telling you guys this right now. I'm not going to tell you who told me last night. They put a RX-8 in their car this morning with the Castle. Let's see how he does. And I'll let you know who it is. I don't want to tell you. Let me see how he does first.
Yeah.
And I'll let you know.
Well, you know what? You are a plethora of this is what's coming. You called me
It's just
4 months ago and you said
I'm going
you
to
need
start
this
calling
Castle
him
motor. You
007.
need this Castle motor.
It's 007 Billy.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. But what you guys, listen, I love you guys to death. You're my friends. You're my commentator partners. People message me and call me all the time of stuff that's coming because of the show.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff coming, and you'll hear me, Foster, Keith. I'll only let you know if they let me say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim Campbell told me Hang
it's
on.
coming. Yeah.
RX-8 is going to
Got
make a comeback.
Cloud getting a little closer.
So anyway, keep going. Leon Kiggins, no problem, buddy. Trinity 6400, the lowest I go from Robert Bridges. What ESC and what? Okay, let's go, Foster. This goes to you. This is from Mason Eeks. Mason, thank you for joining the pre-race show this morning, buddy.
Man,
I
a lot of
appreciate
comments, man. I can't even keep up.
I got this.
Cool.
Mark Bass, okay, no worries. Mason Eeks over on Facebook. If you have any questions, now's the time to get them. Get them in fast. And Jody Miller, we're going to talk about tires. Tires will be the last thing we talk about, okay,
we'll
guys?
probably roll out of here about 8:30.
Yeah, something like that. What ESC and motor manufacturer do y'all think will take it home today? Foster, make it quick.
I think it's going to be an R1 ESC Castle motor combo. If not, I think that's my projections.
Keith.
R1. It's going to be R1 ESC.
And I'm a Macklin guy. That was hard for me to say.
I think that it's this on the motors. It could be a Castle, could be a R1 motor. I mean, again, it's a 50-50 shot right there to start one.
Yeah, got it. I get it.
Race. So,
But Macklin is here to fight.
They're speaking of Macklin, and Colin just rolled out and looked down at us, heard us talk about Macklin. Here we go. Let's keep going. Daniel Roberts, anytime, my friend. A Canadian car will. Okay, Frank Slugga says a Canadian car will win today. Change my mind.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Zippy
I'm
from.
rooting for everybody. You know, I mean,
we want to see competitive racing.
You betcha.
We want to see, the professionalism of the sport is what's going on, and obviously I do this every time I'm at a track, right? And before I go to bed or I leave the track before the day of the race, I literally go, "Hey, good luck this weekend. Thank you. It's a pleasure. It is actually watching these guys race. It's enjoyable."
I'm a big fan of. I'm a nobody. I'm a big fan of Mark Vine, Frank Ulrich. You know, you have to be. I mean,
you don't have to be.
I race against them, and I'm friends with them, and I race. But I like to see different guys win, and that reminds and keeps everybody's spirits up in our sport.
Yeah, I got a chance.
If the same dude wins every race, we can't be. I'm not going. Mark Vine's going to be there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if we get somebody that wins different at the races, to me that's more exciting. Because,
agreed.
Because that just shows you, by God, anybody can get right up there.
100%. I agree with you.
And if we just got out here and got our butts kicked every time by the same dude, it's going to get stale.
Yeah.
So with guys being able, they have the equipment. There's some smart guys coming on, dude, that's not in the limelight.
You are right.
And
there
they
is.
are
Absolutely.
super fast.
Yeah.
I mean, you got J-Fab coming. J-Fab sneaking up on this deal.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to come out of the shadows and win something.
Yeah,
you watch.
J-Fab's and his son.
fast.
And his son.
He puts the time
And his son.
in.
You know, J-Fab actually messaged me this morning. It was early. He goes, I'm
not going to make it.
No, that's exactly what he said. He goes, my son didn't. My son is knocked out because his son's going to come on the show. He goes, my son is knocked out, sleeping. He didn't go to bed till 3 a.m.
Here's another. This is Brad.
I know who it is.
Okay.
Phantom's coming in hot, dude.
Got the Mohawk style.
Bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he is one of the few that's running all Phantom.
And he is a fan.
And that boy's fast.
We've talked about this. I actually had a discussion with Brad last night, and I said, hey, Brad, I talked to Craig Phillips last week, and I said to Craig, Craig, this guy right here, dude, is one hell of a guy, man. I said, I got to spend some time with him. I got to talk to him, and that guy right there,
Brad,
we're talking about you, Brad.
Plus, he has a great mohawk.
Hey, and that mohawk is killer. No, great guy. And when it comes to representing Phantom, this guy does it well.
Yeah.
Nothing. I don't have an extra headset. I'd have you hop on.
We're just talking about how you're kind
How
of
you represent Phantom.
running on solo out here. You're the only guy running Phantom stuff pretty much and doing well.
Yes.
ESCM motor.
And that's when we commented you had a good mohawk too.
Yeah, my predictions today, Mohawk wins it.
Mohawk to the front.
Thanks, Brad. All right, guys, let's keep going here. Give me about 5 minutes, Foster, and then let me finish this out. Then we'll do tire talk. Hard to compete with people who have endless pockets. True. I agree, Michael. Listen, man. What do you got to say on that one? I'm curious.
It's not. I mean, there's only so much of this stuff you can buy, right? I mean, if you have 10 motors over there, you don't need 10 motors. You know what I mean? You have your backup. This good equipment is available to anyone, and if you're going to compete at this level, you better plan on having $3,000 to $6,000 in your.
If you want to compete at this level,
if you want to compete here at Super Chips, you better be prepared to spend $3,000 to $6,000 on all your equipment.
End of story.
Period. I mean, that's just a good average.
Got it.
Some idiots like myself have probably more than that, but it doesn't make you win.
No, it does. You can come out here and spit. Somebody just won a Voodoo hat. Voodoo hat.
I don't care how deep your pockets
Look at that.
are.
I got my coffee, and she won a Voodoo hat.
You still have to be able to go down that racetrack.
Yeah.
I don't care if you've got 500 motors in your arsenal over there. You still have to go down that racetrack right there, just like the guy next to you.
I'm gonna say this.
I disagree with the deep pocket thing.
I disagree as well.
Okay.
And I disagree 100%.
Fair enough.
Because this is why. This is a sport. What we are doing today, this weekend, is a sport. Now, if we're talking about the hobby, local doing, and if you are out here racing today, you are 100% dedicated to traveling the country.
Yes.
Racing for thousands of dollars.
That's in this group of
in
guys.
this group of guys
that travel
right
the United States racing these huge races. But
so
you
if you're
nailed
here,
it.
you're going to spend money, and you're in it to spend the money.
It. The little local club deal and all.
Yeah.
That's where the deep pocket guy probably does kick everybody's butt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
That don't have the money, or they don't know. They don't. Bought me a DR10.
I'm going to go out and win. Right.
This guy over here, he's got a bullet with a Rockwell 3.0 in it, and he's just smoking everybody.
And now that guy's going, I need to go out and buy more.
I don't have the money to compete.
Yeah.
But here it's different.
Everybody's on the same playing field here.
I mean, these guys, myself included, if you don't have it, you find a way to get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not talking about money. Like, I don't have the deep pockets or any supplies, but I have resources to find. Like, okay, I got tires, Voodoos, of course.
Yep.
But if I didn't, I would find me a set of Voodoo tires. You know what I mean? I'll get on the phone and say, hey, I need a set of tires.
He's lying. You remember when we were down in New Orleans? He was actually not on the phone. He was on the corner of whatever that main street was. We'll work for Voodoo's.
Yes. Yeah.
Sign up.
He was like, yes. He had on his hats. Yeah, we'll work for Voodoo's.
And a cheeseburger.
I love it.
You're right.
I love it.
No, but what I'm saying is these guys that preach that there's guys out here that can't get stuff that's unfair. No, there might be a prototype deal here and there.
Sure.
But for the most part, if you will work your ass off, you can get everything everybody here's got.
Yeah, amen.
You can find it. You just have to do a little research and a little elbow grease to find that product.
So I'm going to run off of what you just said. So with that being said, if you are looking, if you are a racer, a guy or gal getting into the sport, okay, and you're looking for a deal or a discount or something, stay tuned, because if you didn't watch the show yesterday, Foster, you missed out. We have now launched NPRC TV app launched yesterday. So here's the deal. I'm going to make this one short and sweet, guys, only because we do have different people today. You can download the app on iOS devices or Google Play. Now, with that being said, I'm working on something very special for everybody that becomes a part of the new app. You're going to, if you go and download the app, right now we have had over 500 people, Foster and Keith, since yesterday download the app.
I was going to ask you
I
that
can
earlier.
see it all. I
see
see everything.
I was going to ask you how many people.
I have the analytics.
Cool.
Over 500 people.
Just one day.
From yesterday, Foster, has already downloaded the new app.
That's super.
Now, by downloading the app, not only are you going to be, listen, we have shows coming for you that's going to be so cool. If you download the app, you can see the very first guy on it. Mark Vine. Vine Time is what he wanted to call it. Mark is going to be sending me videos. You guys are going to be seeing a lot of cool stuff on the app. But if you go into the app and you click on any of the sponsors that are in there, it takes you over to a different website where you're going to be able to get your promo codes. So stay tuned and stay tuned to the camera for that. Hold on. But iOS devices or Google Play, NPRC TV.
Free.
It's free.
Free. You can save money
Thank
on
you.
product.
Thank you.
For
Yes. You can save money on product by downloading the app and just stay in tune and watch what I'm doing. Foster?
I'm tired.
Are you awake?
That's just like getting
No,
the
I'm
Sunday
ready to-
newspaper and Mama cutting a coupon.
That's
It's
exact-
the same thing.
I want to.
Coupons.
I've been reading a lot of these comments in
Okay.
here and about it, and I'm just waiting to get to the tire.
Let's go straight to it right
Okay,
now. 'cause
I-
we're about out of time.
Let me
I gotta
finish.
go get ready to
I know
race,
everybody's
so-
got to get ready. So let me just finish really quick, guys, before you guys go and get crazy.
And I'm gonna run down through here. I'm just running in as well. I'll start out with Tim Barth. Tim Barth, your comment is, sir, you can't tell me their motor builders don't keep some trades in their pocket.
Well, sure.
Absolutely.
It's outlaw. You know what? If you and I are racing big wheels out here right now, and I know you got some secrets to make you faster, that challenged me to make it faster, not get in a public forum and complain that, hey, you got a secret that I don't. This is outlaw.
It's not.
It's
spec,
outlaw.
This is not a spec class.
Yeah,
so
it's outlaw.
The sky's the limit.
Once again, it's outlaw.
Got it. Outlaw.
Outlaw.
There's pros
Ma.
and cons to this.
What tire manufacturer do you think will make it to will take it? Proline, Voodoo, or J Concepts? That's a hard question. Probably Voodoo, just because that's what's been winning. But we're not out here looking at every single car's tires. Whoever the finals are, we're asking what their tires were. But that. I want to get into this tire thing, and I'm going to be done for my show. I'm going to give you a recap on the thing.
He has a great mustache, don't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christopher Schwartz.
Okay,
That's
so
awesome.
a lot of people are saying we can't find the app. There, I just put the QR code up on the screen.
Yep.
Your left is going to be your iOS device. Your right is going to be your Google Play. Just scan the device. Scan the device with your phone, and it'll download for you.
Yeah.
That's simple.
They're watching the show right now.
Let's do
so
this,
I can-
man. Okay, it's tire time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
We
hear
got Voodoos. We got Prolines. I've got we got Drag Race Concepts. Exotex, the 20 compound. Jody Miller, this one's for you. Go. Tires. Talk it. Go.
What do you want me to-
I don't know. Do it. This is your show.
I don't know what the question is.
Whoa.
I'll start this.
Oh, my.
What do you want to talk
Yeah,
about
sorry.
as far as tires?
Just
Okay.
I'm pretty biased right
Holy
now.
cow.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Well,
guys.
Same thing. First of all, guys, if you take, everybody wants to say Voodoo is the best, it's the fastest tire out there. That tire is not the fastest tire at every track you go to. And there's multiple levels of that tire, multiple compounds of this and this. You might have a Blue Dot Proline that works really well on one type of surface where the red Voodoo may not work as well. This is my one statement I want to make about tires. Everybody, and I'm speaking Voodoo because Matt catches there's a lot of bad publicity based on the pre-order. You were just at the facility, right?
I was at Voodoo,
So
the headquarters.
You see what's going on, what it takes to manufacture this, right?
No foams right now. They're struggling to get foam.
So when there says, hey, there's going to be a pre-order at this time, it's the same opportunity. You know what? I don't have Voodoo tires. You know why? Because I'm never sitting around waiting. But I'm not going to get on a public forum and downplay someone who's working their butt off to create a product. But here's the thing that I want to tell you guys. It's the only thing that it's doing is for everyone else out there to create a tire that's as good or better than what's created now. So when you got supply and demand and there's not enough supply to meet the demand, guess what you do? Innovation. So people that say, oh, well, Voodoo this, you can't get it, I didn't get my pre-order, I hate seeing that.
I got in on the last 3 pre-orders.
But you were ready, right?
I didn't sit there and like refresh. I didn't. I picked my phone up. Said, okay, it's 8 o'clock. Okay, put those in the cart. PayPal. Bam. 3 times in a row the last year.
Really?
That made it.
Here's the.
You're not a team driver, right? You see this all the
No,
time.
I'm not a team
Only
driver.
team drivers get Voodoos. You're not a team driver, right?
I have.
All right, you
I
got
have
the Voodoos.
every set of Voodoos that I bought last year. I've got. I don't sell them. I've got 18 pair that I bought this last year. Okay.
Did you just wait? Hold on.
Hey, I'm going to rob.
Did
I'm
you
going
just
to
say
rob.
you have 18 pair in your truck?
Yes. Yes.
All right,
But I
see you
don't-
later.
I don't. That's just.
Everybody, stay tuned.
Listen, that's just mine. That's
I'm
not
kidding,
Jeremy's.
dude.
Jeremy's got in on the last 3 pre-orders too.
Nice.
So between he and I, he's got a stack of new ones at home.
Yeah.
But we race our tires. You know what I'm saying? I don't buy them to resell.
You don't buy them to resell them, right?
I don't sell tires, period, on my truck or nothing. I just don't want to get into the tire game.
Tire game, yeah.
I'm very, very supportive of Voodoo Tire.
Yep.
You know, I've just done well with them. They 9 out of 10 tracks I go to, they're going to work. I raced. How many big races last year did I go to?
I'll be honest with you. Zero. I don't know, Keith. I don't know how many
Last
big.
year?
Oh.
How many races
Dude,
did I
man,
go
listen,
to?
I didn't sleep last night. You went to a bunch.
Oh,
Sorry,
boy.
brother. Listen.
I raced 2 cars
I'm thinking something totally different right now.
on 2 sets of golds
the whole year.
before I got in on the pre-orders, right?
Hey,
So I guess that would have been a little further than a year back, but I had 2 sets of golds that I put on air, and I raced those 2 sets of tires at every big race I went to last year. You go to my truck right now, and those 2 Ziploc bags with those Voodoos in them have a $sign with a Sharpie wrote on them because they were so good a tire. And
Nice.
I've got a pair of them on one of my cars I'm running.
I was going to ask you, is that what you're running here, Voodoos?
Yes.
What color?
Golds.
Gold. So let me ask you, just I know you're chomping at the bit, but last night, I had some people come up to me looking for Voodoos, okay? They were asking for golds.
Yeah.
What I'm getting at with this is what happened with the red and silvers.
Reds, I think, is too soft for the for this track.
I think if it got hot today, a silver would probably do pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happens here on the concrete, a high bite surface, if you put a red on, you wad it up,
Yeah,
and you're
just
going to
boom.
hear it slapping out there.
Yeah.
If you ever hear a tire just as it's trying to go down, it's wadding that tire up. Is what you're hearing. So it's just too soft. The red to me, like this time of year, asphalt is going to shine.
Yeah.
A super soft gold, if you've worked it and ran it like my old ones, would do good. You know, they do good on anywhere. They're just concrete, asphalt, whatever. But if I was on asphalt this morning, cool temperatures, I would probably put a red on.
Okay.
Like concrete, and it's 85 plus degrees outside, I'm going to throw a gold on.
Got it.
Gets super hot, switch to the silver.
So let me ask you, in this plethora of Voodoos you have over there, do you have any Proline Blues or any Drag Race Concepts 20?
I have one set of blues, and
Okay.
they're in the bag, never been mounted.
Never been mounted.
Yeah.
Okay. Reason? Have you? How come you don't try different stuff?
I'm just not.
Speaking of Earl Baxter, here it is.
Thank you.
Look at this.
Is this the long one, Earl? Short one.
Hey,
Let's come back and do this too.
yeah. Hey, let's come back a little later and sit with us, and we'll talk about these batteries. Can we? Can you leave them here?
Those are his race batteries.
Oh, well then, I want you to sit down and talk about your battery.
I'll bring it back up later.
Perfect. Yep. Because we're going to cut this off in just a little bit.
Yeah, we've got to go. I've got to go get ready to race
Yep,
soon.
okay.
But to answer your question, I'm a guy. Even back when I used to fish professional bass tournaments, when I get confident with a bait, I like to flip and pitch, they call it.
Okay.
I like heavy duty fishing with a heavy duty line, flipping a tube, they called it.
Okay.
Some guys at Bass Fish will know what a tube
Okay,
is.
yeah, I
Anyway,
don't.
that was my
Yokomoto, man. That's the best to get Yokomoto.
that was my go-to confidence bait. I knew I could go to a lake. I knew I could catch a bass, catch one of them green googly-eyed suckers on that bait. You know what I mean? And so that rod was always there. And it's kind of the same theory I am with a tire.
Hey.
I know that Voodoo tire is going to work.
This is getting ready to get really loud. So pull that mic really close to you guys because this is getting ready to get loud. Okay.
To answer your question,
Got
it's
it.
just a confidence thing. I know they work. It's a great product.
Okay.
Until
Fair enough.
Until something changes my mind or opens my eyes,
You're sticking with what you
I
know.
don't switch.
Okay. Foster?
I haven't raced in 8 months, so I don't really know.
He does have a new car.
Yeah, I got 2 new cars. But the same as Keith, right? Listen, you got to figure out what works, and once you find what works and you have the confidence of what works, you set it down. The biggest part of drag racing and what we're doing right now is the confidence when you get up to the line.
Yeah.
So I've been in the situation where I could set my car down and it was going, it's just dancing all the way down the track. And I had no confidence. So, if I know I'm going up against Keith West in the next round, I'm already going to the line with a mental.
You have a pretty good chance to win when you're going up against me.
but I mean,
crazy.
I mean that's a given. But anyways,
you guys are crazy.
It's drag racing just as much as physical, the physical properties that you have in your car as it is mental. So when I set my car down, I want to know that it's gonna go straight. It's gonna take all the power I put to it, and there's not gonna be any mechanical failures at all. And that's how I mentally have to have my mind prepped when I set the car down.
I'm real bad about keeping my car set on keel. So I'm either usually if Keith goes the line, you better watch because I'm either going to be a hero or zero.
It's going to be a hero zero, right? It's either going to be wow or
I always
bam.
tell these guys, I'll always say, watch this. This thing's liable to jump over those tents over there. That's the way I am. I'm not here. Yes, that would be awesome to win, but I'm not here just for that. So I keep my stuff on keel, and
That's
boy,
funny.
I hope it goes down because it's going to light it up.
Let's see. Confidence is what you're running. Caleb Gill, Foster shotgun one of those Voodoo drinks and get ripping. You look tired, dude.
He does.
Hey,
I don't know if you're zoning or what.
No, dude, I'm tired.
Well, yeah, we're all
Why?
tired, dude. I didn't go to bed till 3.
What?
That's why we were late this morning.
Hey, I was the first one up this morning.
No,
4:30.
no.
You were up at 4:30.
No.
4:30.
You're talking about here.
Hey, this is the Voodoo pre-race show. This is not the Voodoo sleep-in show.
I've had
Good morning,
3
Linda Leader.
hours
How are you? Hey, good
since
morning,
Thursday
Linda
morning to
Leader.
sleep.
There's Linda.
Yeah.
Love Linda Leader.
All right, what
okay.
else do we need to cover?
You know
We
what?
gotta get out
That's
of here.
that's gonna be pretty close. So we've covered tires. We've covered. If you guys didn't miss it, we've covered ESCs, motors. Somebody did have a question earlier. What do you walking through the pits and because I know you. I'm learning more and more about you the more I spend time with him. He mingles. He goes through the pits. What are you seeing out there body-wise? More Corvettes, the GTRs, the Mach 22s? What are you seeing?
It's a mix of both. I'd say 50-50 GTR to Corvette right now.
Okay.
Ain't no Vet's still hanging in there.
Oh,
man.
yeah, it is.
The Vet's just tried and true. It's
Well,
back to the Voodoo tire thing. It's
Yeah.
like, I know this Vet.
Yeah,
works.
yeah,
Keep
yeah,
running.
okay.
Well, the thing with the GTR, that front end, the nose of that car is a little flimsy, right?
Seeing a lot of the new
Mach 22s?
No. I'm running one of those this
Yeah.
weekend. But the 57 Chevy body, sharp
That-
body.
yeah, sharp.
The freak show, they call it. isn't
Yeah.
it? I mean, see quite a few of those out here.
Okay.
As long as you got now with all the body braces being built for these bodies, people are bracing their bodies.
Yeah.
As long as the aerodynamics is similar between the GTR, the Corvette, the Super J, you got you're always going to see the C7 and the GTR
Some
going to
of
be
them
your
just
number 1 and 2.
require more bracing
Yep.
than others to make them competitive with each other.
Let me pop over here to vets seem to be more popular from Gary Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
Caleb Gill, you have a... Oh, he's talking to somebody. Let me hop over to YouTube really quick, guys, and then we're going to shut this off. So here's what's going to happen. Nothing is happening here now. People are just kind of getting up and this morning the roosters are crowing. So what we're going to do is we're going to shut this down.
I wish
This
I had my
race does
rooster.
not start till 12 o'clock today. So with that being said, it's only 8:45. Should we
11:30.
11:30?
We'll get in. I'll get in the driver's meeting as I do always. We'll get
Okay.
in the driver's meeting. I'll get the information. You get it fired up.
11:30. We'll be back.
Central Time.
Nothing is going on here. We're going to shut this down only because, guys, we're gonna kind of freshen up.
I need a shower.
None of us.
It's too hard for us to cover the testing. And testing is supposed
The
to
testing,
start,
I know
and-
it's
and
too hard to.
We can't just physically do that
It's too
all
much.
day long.
Got it. So all I can tell, I'm gonna answer 2 questions over on YouTube, and then we're out of here. Coach D said something. Timon on the sweeps, Billy. Hey, Coach D, dude, I hung with Timon yesterday, man. I
That's
actually
what I
had
used to look like,
I had a
Foster.
good time with E Timon yesterday. We'll actually get. I like E, and what I love about E. I told you this yesterday, Foster. He runs a good program. He runs a great program, and I'm going to get him on, Coach D, a little bit later.
Yeah.
Zippy from the 580s in the house. What's up, Zip? And Frank Slugger, all I can tell you is turn the channel, my friend, if you don't like it. I appreciate you watching or listening, but the topics are going to stay the same until we go racing. No, Caleb Gill. The problem with this, Caleb, is practice is kind of off and on, and nobody's even here yet. They're kind of trickling in now. So what we'll do is we're going to shut it down for just a little bit. We're going to go freshen up and then come back. Yeah, you know what, Caleb? I will do that. I could put the camera on for you. You can watch it all you want. I will do that.
Fine. Just no commentating.
Silence.
No commentating, and I'll put it on there.
Hey, but before the race, we are going to shut it down and reboot it.
I'm shutting down right now. Caleb,
No.
there's nothing going on.
I know, but you guys can just hang
Look
out.
at what
and
Lindsay
watch.
May's wearing today.
Yep. You
Got the NPRC TV shirt going on.
got.
Got the NPRC TV shirt going on. Awesome. Thanks, Bill Chambliss.
We will shut down the live coverage and reboot back up. That way we have allotted hours.
Yes.
For the rest. So there will. You guys can. We're gonna go do our thing. Sit here and just watch them practice. And
No,
just see the
I'm
video.
shutting it down right now.
Oh, so
I'm going to shut it down for. There's nothing going on.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Jeff
going on right now.
Zuccarello.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Caleb. I'll make you a deal. Once they start getting going here, I'll boot the camera back up.
Yeah.
And you can just watch them.
Look at there. There's the man.
I want to.
Frank Ulbrich.
Hey,
Nice hat, Frank.
Yep, nice hat. I'm gonna give my closing statement right now. Or
Okay. Yes. Closing statements, and then we're done with this,
Yep.
and we'll go. What do you got?
We're not gonna ever end up closing. We're at Super Chips 2022, the third year of the race.
Can't see you.
That's okay. That's okay. This brush, we're on brush concrete. You got a lot of different scenarios and combinations they're going to work out this weekend. Who's going to take it?
Right.
Is it going to be an ESC that can handle a 4-pole or a 2-pole motor? Is it 4-pole motor ESC combination, or is it ESC 2-pole motor combination? A lot of practice, a lot of these guys really trying to get into these motors and figure it out.
Yep. Let's revisit all this.
Dude,
Like I said, after 5 o'clock tonight, when
Yeah.
the track starts.
When the weather changes.
When you start seeing that black haze up here on the starting line, let's revisit all this and see how the castles are holding up.
Absolutely.
That's my whole dilemma on the castle, is the longevity of it when the high bite surface comes up and then the bumps come into play and all, and over revving the motor.
preps in.
So
yeah.
let's revisit it.
Yeah.
This evening.
Okay.
As the track comes around. And we'll go around. I'll kind of interview people today as they're going, the guys that are running them, and ask them if they're having any trouble. And let's revisit that, because I think it's going to be some more good talking about that.
Last thing I got, every race we've been to so far this year, since we kind of got this rolling last year, at the end of the last year, every race we've gone to, the competition has just continued to get closer and closer and tighter. There's not a person here that's out here this weekend that doesn't have the opportunity to win.
Yes.
So you guys need to stay tuned when we go live at 11:30 today, through the entirety of today and tomorrow. You're going to see some extremely close racing. You're going to see some.
What did you tell me was entered up? 180 something?
186.
And double entry, probably
entry.
80% of them.
Yeah.
So
350, 330,
a lot of
340.
racing today.
Got a lot of racing.
A lot of racing today.
Round 1 and round 2 today. The rest will finish up tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's all I got, guys. Matt with Voodoo, I appreciate the opportunity.
yeah, thank you, Matt. We appreciate you.
It's been really cool. We're gonna get freshened up.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get serious about racing.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for hanging with us. We were running a little late this morning. Go to bed till 3:30. We're going to shut it down. I might come back on a little early and start picking people from the and bring them on the show.
Absolutely. I just need a shower.
I need a shower too.
Yeah.
So guys,
I know
give
y'all
us
do.
just a little bit. You guys go get your coffee. You go get your coffee and breakfast. We'll Caleb Gill. I'll tell you what. I'll make you another deal. I'm making deals with people on the live show. How many entries? As it stands right now.
Speculation.
183 is the entries as it stands right now.
Yeah.
We're going to cut off for a little bit. Here's the deal. I'm going to make Caleb Gill. I'm going to come back earlier. I'm going to go shower, get my stuff together, and I'm going to start bringing people in and hanging out with them. This kid right here, I'm going to bring in when we come back, okay? We just been going. We're just like you guys, tired. Yeah, I know, man.
Did you hear that, Billy? Jared said the entry cutoff's at 11 o'clock.
Entry cutoff is at 11.
There's still people that may come that couldn't make it last night.
JFab, I'm going to bring his son on. He wants to come and join the show. Thank you guys for just joining the 2022 Voodoo pre-race show. Don't forget, download the new app, iOS devices or Google Play, Foster. The QR codes are up on the screen. All you got to do is scan them and download. And thank you guys, and we'll see you in a little bit. Turn on the notifications. You'll know when we're back up.
Go check out the app, NPRC TV app.
Check out the app.
Check it out, man.
And soon,
have fun
the app. So go play with the app. Check it out soon. I got to get back home and then launch the TV. So not only do you guys get the app, Foster, you get Google, you get Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon. All that is coming soon.
Yep.
Coming in hot.
Thanks, guys. I got to go. Got to get ready to run.
Cue the music, Billy.
Cue the music. Oh, let's cue a little
Play the tunes.
Oh, I can't even get up, boys. It's so early.
Keith, I'm going to let this marinate. You know this better than I do. It doesn't matter what type of racing, what form of racing, anything that competitive, there's always going to be controversy. What's better, what's not better. All that matters at the end of the day, and NPRC is who crosses the finish line
Win
first.
lights, buddy.
There you go.
You know, I think I'm going to enter and go ahead and take it all. I'm going to go 5-0 today.
I've heard it. I'm out of here.
We'll see you guys in a little bit. Turn on those notifications. It's a